Has it recently become more difficult to steer your car? When you turn the wheel, do you hear any noises? It's possible that your power steering fluid is dangerously low. Ignoring low fluid symptoms can cause important steering parts to malfunction or even cause the steering to fail entirely while driving. Learn about the typical indicators of low power steering fluid by watching the video. But before we start, please ensure you've subscribed to the channel. Squealing noises when turning. A high-pitched whining sound that is audible when turning is one of the most typical signs of low power steering fluid levels. When fluid levels are low enough to permit air to enter the power steering system, this noise is produced. This kind of noise should not be disregarded since it signals that the power steering pump and other internal parts of a car are under too much stress. Since replacing a power steering pump is expensive, look into the cause as soon as possible. Jerking feeling in steering wheel when turning. An uneven steering wheel feel when cornering is another typical sign of low power steering fluid levels. The best way to characterize this is as a noticeable jerking of the steering wheel during maneuvering. Additionally, it may feel as though the steering wheel is trying to bind while rotating. This symptom is frequently seen concurrently with the above-described strange whining sounds that are heard when cornering. Oily stains beneath vehicle. The sudden emergence of oil-like stains in your garage or driveway is one visual indicator of a possible power steering fluid leak. Such a sight does not necessarily indicate that the power steering system in your car is the cause, but it does indicate that you should check the level of the power steering fluid and all other relevant fluids. Burnt fluid smells. The burnt smell of overheated power steering fluid may actually be detectable in some situations. A larger area of contamination is presented by this odor, which is typically more noticeable if escaping fluid has been blown beneath a vehicle's undercarriage, and if it gets to this stage, there's probably a significant leak. What causes power steering fluid to get low? A leak in the power steering system itself is the most frequent reason for power steering fluid loss. There are several places in this system where leaks may appear, such as at pump seals, rack seals, or along any of the hoses. Any size leak eventually causes observable loss of power steering fluid, but large leaks are particularly concerning. In contrast to engine oil, power steering fluid is not burnt, as one might anticipate. This should be taken into account because the only real possible cause of power steering fluid loss is the existence of a leak. As a result, as soon as declining fluid levels are noticed, they should be examined. Consequences of driving with insufficient power steering fluid. It is never advisable to try driving with low power steering fluid because there are a number of possible hazards that should be avoided. The first risk is the possibility of expensive power steering pump failure as a result of improper pump lubrication. A car's power steering pump may quickly overheat if it isn't properly lubricated, requiring replacement and extensive system maintenance, and it should be mentioned that trying to drive while depleted of power steering fluid may result in an unanticipated drop in hydraulic pressure in the power steering system. As a result, there may be a serious safety risk as your ability to turn and corner may be compromised. This is particularly true if spirited driving causes the system to lose response. Above all, major leaks should be identified and fixed as soon as possible, and the power steering fluid level in a car should be topped off as frequently as needed. By doing this, you can reduce your chance of getting into an accident and avoid unforeseen but typically preventable expenses. Contact a reputable auto repair facility right away if you don't feel confident performing such repairs on your own. Hope the information was helpful to you. If so, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel.